Oh, still organizing myself here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, you are not supposed to be up there when there's a stove up there. I know it's not on. Get down right now. Thank you. Mm. I know it's time for your breakfast. Mommy is running late today. Hi. Sing ho for the life of a bear. Sing ho for the life of Boo. Cause it's a beautiful morning. Oh, yeah. Right, baby girl? Is it a beautiful morning? Is it a beautiful morning? I know, mommy is phlegmy. You want your Becky? I know. Wait a minute. Where is your... Oh, that's right. I forgot because we're opening the cans in the morning. I forgot. Look at that. See? I know. Salmon. How would you like salmon this morning, Nugget? Hello. Good morning. I'm getting myself ready to go put tires on the van. I was supposed to do it on Friday, but the rims that I was gonna get didn't fit, so we went back to ground zero, and then my friend found me a set of tires that I'm gonna go get put on today. So I'm super excited. Yes, Nugget, it's coming. Oh my gosh. Yes. You wanna say hi? Oh, there's a little nugget face. You saying hi to everybody? All right, that was not nice. I know, you're right. I shouldn't tease you. Would you mind giving me a little space? Can I have a little space to do this? She's not gonna let me. May I please? May I have some room? I know. This my girl. This is Nugget. This is the Queen Nugita. Yes, she is hungry. She's also, I have the wrong dish. Oops. Oh, no, this one will do. This one will do. Okay. I know. I know. I know, baby. You're such a good girl. Thank you for not using your claws. Yes. Very polite. Very polite. Until I take too long and then she gets mad and then the claws come out. Oops. That one is empty. Today might be a day to get a water fill too. I'm going to be working on the foreground of my Oregon coast, Cape Perpetua. I'm almost finished. I got a lot accomplished on it yesterday. Oh no, I lost everybody. Yes, it's coming. All right, baby girl. Whoop. Okay. Whoop, I got a little bit of paper towel. I would like ba-dum, 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 okay, baby. There you go. That's my girl. That's my girl. Yeah. Salmon for my little one. What'd I do with the... Oh, it's over here. Sing. Right? I know. And step this way. Step this way. Hello. Good. Oh, my nose. I think I have to blow my nose. Good morning. Good morning. Oh. Okay, this is gonna go here. Can this go away yet? Yep. I did not make breakfast yet, but I think I'm gonna hold on. And I have all right. So if you guys have been noticing, following along, I know it's all right. So I'm gonna say hi, and I'm getting started, and I know there's nobody here, but it's okay because I repost these. So I got a new stove. Yay! I know, and I can even lift it up like that, and that's with the fuel inside it. Let me take the fuel out. But it's like just super. I'm so stoked. I can't believe it took me this long to get to use a butane. Oh my god, butane stove. What I think I love the most about it is the fact that it's so super light. And taking the butane on and off is so much easier than when I was using the propane. And the other stove was a 2-burner stove. And in the beginning, I had this really super big cast iron pan, and I used to cook on 2 burners, and I did all this stuff. I made my life. I was still living my life as if I was living in a house. So I thought I needed 2 burners, but yeah. And then when I had that replacement thing, the propane kept leaking. And And I had a little extra after I put together the money for my tires on the van. And so I was able to go to Walmart and it was just, 35 bucks for this Ozark. It comes with a grill top, so I can use the grill top for all sorts of different things. But mostly I wanted it just for the burner. But yeah, so I'm pretty excited. I'm happy with how easily it works and how easy it is to move around. Yay! Simple solutions. Mm. And I knew I had to fix it because. So I still have a couple bottles of propane, but I also have a little mini Mr. Heater that I use when it's super cold out and I'm off grid and can't plug in. Um, and so I will keep those propane bottles for that. So now, let me see. What am I doing? I am getting ready to paint. Ah, yes. Let's start with. Oh, that's right, because you were too warm to put away. Okay. Oh, I do see that. Okay. That's all right. All right. Let me see. All right. I could show you where I am on this painting. So, there we go. This is what I got accomplished in the last few days. Ta-da! Quite a lot of depth has appeared. I'm very excited. And today, I have to mix. Right. Okay. So today, doing in the foreground, it's going to be a lot of the twiggies, and then there's a little blue spruce shrub that's going to kind of go right over here in the corner. A little miniature tree. And I think I'm going to start with. I'm going to want my script brush. And I might want my little round because it's frayed. La la. Maybe these three, I think, is all I am going to need to finish this. All right. And, okay. I want to get my hands on a mixing tray. I want mixing trays. I hate having to, waste my good mixes. To make room for new ones. I know. But I like my old washes and mixes for doing underpaintings and stuff like that. So, what is in there? Oh, I bet, well, I have in one of these little wells, I have a tiny bit of blending medium that I keep there for when I want to just quickly dip the brush in and dip it into something to make it a little bit more supple. Um, yeah. But it's just a wee bit. It's just a wee bit. Oh, that's not gonna work. This has to move over here. There we go. And I am so looking forward to having a kitchen sink and running water in the trailer. Oh, I don't know if you've watched the video that I put out this weekend, um, with the trailer tour, because I am so excited. Like, it's gonna be super cool. Being able to just like, yeah, all the things. All the things. Being able to do all the things. Okay. I need to mix a black or a blackish. Mm. Okay, I know what I want. Alright, so on here. I guess I'm willing to sacrifice what's in that well. I hate sacrificing my blue mix because but I think this has to go on this side. This thing is filthy, but I know. But I don't really use it to house. I use it all. This is basically all for mixing. And this is where I keep my um, paint. Oh, and I see something in there that is making me unhappy. I don't like that. Where is it? I got a little flaky of a yellow in my purples. Start wearing purple, La 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 la. Start wearing purple for me now. Sanity and wits, they will all vanish, I promise. It's just a matter of time. Go, go, Bardello. All right, we got it out. Woo! All right. All right, so I'm going to mix. We're going to clean this this area here so I can mix me a blackish. Because I need a blackish. All right, and I also... Boy, boy, I can't tell you how much I am looking forward to having, like, real space. Oh, there are times when I wonder how I ever survive. All right, this is still not too hot though. I can put it over here now. I realize prophets in the graveyard. Jonas and Ezekiel, hear me now. Steady now, don't come out. I'm not ready for the dead to show its face. Whose angel are you anyway? Prophets in the graveyard. Hey! Prophets in the graveyard. Above and below me. Why want this? No, wrong way. Wrong way. Okay. Let's see what we got. I would just like to know where to put a few things here. That is all. Hi. Well, Nugget has had her breakfast. Almost all of it. And now I'm getting ready to paint. I'm just pulling up my images now. And oops, wrong thing. La, 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 bum, ba-da, bum, bum, bum. Oh, there it is. Okie dokie. Open. Sesame. Please? Oh. And oh, that was just me blowing a ton of dust into my eyes. I'm blinded for life. No. Oh my gosh. Crazy. All right, so in this particular one that is different from my study, I included the rocks in the foreground that I had not included in the small one because it was too small for me to try to include everything in this. And now I'm enlarging. Plus I brought more color into the rocks. Had a lot of fun bringing color into the rocks. To make them a little more alive. So I'm painting this for somebody who is, who I know is visually impaired. I mean, they can see, but I know they struggle to see certain things. So what I did in this one that is different from the small one, in the sky in the small one, I kept it very much just a wash. Whereas in this one, I included a storm cloud and more storm clouds in the distance to kind of have contrast in the sky, so the light, so that the if the person is needs that contrast in order to see the delineation. Also by adding more color into the rocks here, um, I create depth and texture that the eye can pick up from a distance quite well. So at least that's the goal. I last night I turned on the lights and I got in my bed and I backed up as far away as I could and I took my glasses off and looked at it without my glasses on. And I was like, okay, I still know what everything is. And that's the goal, right? You know, when someone has difficulty and I want them to be able to see as much of this as they can. Um, and I love that they still want my paintings even though they're struggling to see. So, all right, let's get to work. I. Da, 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 da. All right, now here I'm going to add some, let's see. So I really want it to, what I'm going to mix up is like a grayish, black-ish type. I use a lot of ishing in my colors. Oh, right. I have to clean out this one well so I can mix in it. How's everybody doing today? Where you're at? I saw ancient maps in here earlier. Are you still here? Ancient carbon maps? How's how's the east coast of Florida? Oh, we dropped down super cold here in New Mexico last night. It was in the 30s. I woke up in the 30s. Okay, almost. All right. Well, still a little, but let's see what I can do here. Now. Gonna give my palette a little re-wetting spritz here. So sometimes, you know, like this gets all dried out in here, which is fine. Um, and I just give it a little light, just to re-wet. I need to refill my water, mister. All right. I've always been told I shouldn't be mixing with my brushes. I mix with my brushes. Oh, you need a window? I'm sorry. Hang on. Give me a moment. I'll get that for you, Bean. Yes, I'm going to uncover it for you right now. Look at that. You have a window. Happy girl. Happy girl. While the sun is on the other side of the van, I have her have one side open for her so she can look out the window. All right. Always got to make sure the girl is occupied. Because otherwise, she likes to get involved. All right, let's see. I am going to, let's see, how should I do this? I'm going to start with my already mixed purple. So arguably, I have always been told, like, you know, you're supposed to do this way, you're supposed to do this that way, blah, 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 blah. I know a lot of people who do a lot of color mixing before they paint. I prefer to mix my colors as I paint. It's just kind of a thing for me. It's very rarely that I'll mix a large batch of anything. The only large batch of anything that I ever mix is my purple. And that's because it is so often the color I use for my underpainting to start. I really like using it. It's a very deep, dark, eggplanty color. It's tinted more brown on the brown side of things. But yeah, so now I have a little bit of the purple here, and now I'm gonna add some perline black, which is a very dark green. It's right, yeah, it's right here on my palette. Well, you can't really see it because it's in the shadows, but I'm gonna mix this together. And I like it that it's not fully blended, right? Like I like having the being able to see a little bit of the green and see a little bit of the purple and you know all that kind of stuff. Um yeah. So I think this is a good, I like it. All right, now I gotta start doing the thing that freaks me out the most. All right, and now I want I'm going with this brush. I have to put glasses on. That's what my problem is. I can't see. I can't see. Let's see. I was wondering, I'm like, why am I having such a hard time seeing my computer today? Glasses. Get glasses, Alice. Get glasses. Look at all the stuff. All right. No, I don't want you there. Come over here. There we go. Let's see what we're gonna do here. We're gonna all right, now I've got to add a little bit of white to this black. I have a lumpy bit of white here. That's a lot of water that I put on there. And maybe it was a little too much water. So I'm creating just a little slurry mix. So I have a nice gray. I'm using the permanent white to mix it because I do want it to be quite opaque, and it needs to have coverage because I'm about to go in and paint over things. So, yeah. All right. Now, I think I have you where I want you. There's a hair. All right, let's take a little. Wah, 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 wah. All right, now let's come over here. Oops. Does it need to be darker? It needs to be brighter. I need more contrast than that. Okay, so I have to mix more of this white into the mix. It's not opaque enough. It's a little too translucent still. Let's just... Okay, now I know I see. There you are. Aha! I know. I need trifocals, I think. Just... Alright, I'm going to try to zoom in a little on the painting for you guys. Whoopies! That didn't work. Let's try this. Ooh. Ooh, no. Well, almost. Ugh. I can't. Let's see. There. Ha-ha! Now you can see the painting. Okay. And I'm going to re-angle myself so that I am a little bit more in front. Because that just makes more sense. Okay. Now, good morning, Maud. You're just in time. Because I was like, just getting started here. I've been pussyfooting around. No, I had to feed Nugget and all that stuff. So now I'm doing the la, 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 la. This is all the little scrubby, wiggly, squiggly branches coming out of the bushes here in the foreground. Yes, this is the Oregon coast. This is Cape Perpetua. And this is from there's like a pull off at Thor's Well, and you can see this scene from above at Thor's Well. And I overnight camped here, so you can camp here, and it's pretty cool. It was I was actually really pleased with the weather that I had while I was there. Even though it was overcast, I think for me, that was a good thing. I liked having the the glowiness of all the greens, you know? When it's too bright out, you lose the brilliant color. And everything just pops when it's overcast and a little wet. And it's overcast and a little wet. Yes. All right. That might be a little, speaking of wet, that might be too wet. There we go. Okay. Might be enough squigglies for me. There we go. And now for the big branch that comes out this way. Wait. I need a different, or I need more white. I need more white! Okay. Here, okay. I didn't take out my extra tube of white, so it's my own fault. It's my own fault that I do not have it immediately available. Here we go. All right. Hi, baby bean. What is going on with you? Will you please go back up front? Please go back up front. Thank you. You can't go out right now. So I'm just adding a little bit of permanent white to my palette because I want to add a little bit more opacity to my grays. So how do I make this black? It's anthracnone blue, permanent alizarin crimson, and then that makes me my dark purple, and then adding a little bit of perline black to that mix gives me this really super dark purpley black. And then using permanent white to mix into it gives it like a super gray color. I just love it. It's super pretty. Ooh. All right, let's see now. Adding a little bit more water to that. Let's just throw a whole bunch on here. There we go. Because we need you to loosen up a little bit. And now I have a nice liquid. Boom. Add a little more white to you. So there we go. Now I can do a big fat branch coming out like this. Another big fat coming up this way. Do, 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 do. Do. Okay, so now I kind of have the shape of things the way I want them. I'm gonna beef it up a little bit now, right? And I'm doing this with the permanent white first, and then I will go and put in my shadows. Well, I should say my permanent white mix, right? Because it's more of a gray, not a white, that I'm working with here. But the reason for that is then I can tone it, but also because the permanent white offers me the most opacity that I can get for a mixing tone. You guys are all... Just kind of creating some interest here. These are tangled branches and brambles, and I want them to look that way. And we also have a whole bunch over here, but I'm not starting over there yet. Don't go there yet, Marion. All right, this got faded out. So I don't know if you noticed, like I had done a whole bunch of branches here and they faded. Because lights dry darker and darks dry lighter. But it also adds for dimension. Now. And did any of you get to see the... Oh, hello! Who was that? Wait, I saw somebody. Hello, Maddie! Good morning! So if you guys... Did you guys get to see the video I posted about the trailer? I'm super excited. And it is going to be like a stationary thing for me. I'm not going to move it around. It's going to stay right where I put it. So now I'm throwing a little shadow onto this branch here, burying it into the bushes. We're going to give us a little more definition there. Ooh, ooh, do, 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 do. Boom, boom, boom. And so as I paint this over the top of the white, it's blending into the white, which is cool. And this is just creating some squiggly branches there. Squiggly, squiggly, squiggly branches. There we go. You can see I'm kind of toning the white now so that it's more of a natural gray tone. And I'm doing it kind of in a sloppy way. So, you know, it mimics the reflection of the lights off the branches. You know, the different tonal qualities of the barks. Just makes it feel more natural this way. Especially when I'm just trying to keep it super loose by crossing in and around these fat branches down here, giving them a little bit more of a natural feel. There we go. Now they don't look so blocky and stripy. Alright, now I need a little more. Let's see. Wah, wah, wah. Alright. I got what we got, what we got. Marion. This one, out. Bam. It's like the scariest thing being okay with painting a foreground over the background that I just worked so hard to create. Ah! But I always think of Bob Ross, and he's like, just go in there and do it. You know, it's like, just throw a big old fat tree right in front of everything. Ah. And I'm like, no, but, no. All right, now this guy needs a tiny bit more definition, and I want this one to have a little more pop, maybe. Pop, pop, pop music. Everybody, pop music. Pop, 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 da, da. What's up, baby girl? You bouncing back and forth. I know you want to go, but you can't. Not right now. I got stuff going on. There we go. Are you coming at me? I want you to kind of come at me. I need more of this purple in here. Here we go. Give it a little bit of a. Just throwing a little extra purple under there. Oop-a-doop. There we go. Not chunk out that branch a little bit, and I'm chunking this out even more. And then I'm going to go in and add a little bit more of the white to it to stripe it out a little more. The whole idea is I'm trying to create this nice chunky branch coming out of the greens here, like coming this way. I have oh my gosh. I have Whitney Houston in my head right now. Wow. In my head I was like, well, I decided, and then immediately, long ago, never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, can't take away my dignity. Because the greatest love of all is happening to me. I found the greatest love of all inside of me. The greatest love of all is easy to achieve. Yeah, I know. Sorry, guys. I probably lost everybody. Welcome to the earworms in my head. All right. Um, I need to make. Yeah, we gotta pop this one out. I gotta make this one super purpley. Because I want it to be different than the other ones that I got going on here. Yoyos. Did I lose? I just lost somebody. Oh, cool. I'm so glad. Oh, wait. How soon before I can move into it? Oh, it's gonna be a while. I'm thinking well, my goal is by the end of May. But I don't know that that's gonna be a possibility. I'm really gonna shoot for it though. Um, I have help. I have friends who can help me with it and get me. We've got muscle. That's really cool. And it's just a matter of I got sick and then I dropped the ball, right? But I have a friend. Hopefully, you can come this week for a couple of days, and we can get a bunch of stuff out of there, and then I can start. Um, I can ask my friend who's going to take the couch out to take the couch out. I'm going to do it a little at a time as far as that goes. But yeah, I'm going to make an effort for May, end of May. That's my goal. Just knowing that I have it is freaking sweet. And I know originally, when I first started doing all this, I was like, I'll never live in an RV. I'll never live in a trailer because I'm not a fan of how they're built. But, is the couch area going to be? Yes, the couch area is going to be my painting studio. I have a special chair that I have on my wish list on Amazon right now that I'm hoping that I can afford eventually to put there with my easel, because I need a specific kind of neck support and back support that I'm not getting now, and I'm in a lot of neck pain most of the time because of it. So the goal is to kind of make the goal is to make a space that fulfills and takes care of all my special needs and gives me a super good working environment for both me and my body, right? That's the goal. There, that's pretty good. Boop, 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 boop. There. You look better. I'm kind of good with that for now. I almost want to make this a little bit of a brighter, leafier green because there is this little leafy shrubby thing under here that I think will make all of this pop just a tiny bit more. But for now, I think I like it. All right. For now, there's not enough contrast here though. Um, Oi. How dark can I get you? Ooh, that's nice. That's nice. I'll tell you, it's super tricky when you've got these darks drawing so much lighter, and I'm trying to make them pop off a midground here, which is not easy to make it poppy poppy. I want you to pop. You must come to the front, my friends. You must come to the front. All of my little twiggy friends. Twiggy, twiggy friends must come to the front. Yes. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. I love this little script brush. It makes me happy. It's my brand new little script brush that my friend got me, because my other one like got a serious split personality. It split apart, and it was like, I'm never coming together again. One of the things I'm really looking forward to in having the trailer is being able to make starch paste again. I'm I'm a former picture framer, and making my own hinges is something that really excites me. And even though I cannot picture frame anymore, I would like to get to a point where my artwork comes with proper hinges on it, so it can be either floated or put in a mat or whatever. But I would like to do that. That's something that would be unique to me because of my abilities. And I like it. I like the idea of it. And it's educational. And I'm showing people how they can do stuff. Making wheat starch or rice starch is super simple. You have a double boiler, right? And you put in 5 parts water, 1 part starch. And you get yourself one of those lovely little teeny tiny whisks for making like hollandaise sauce or something. And you just whisk that baby until you get yourself basically the consistency of very thick mucus. And then you have an absolutely gorgeous, organic, inert, not going to harm, hurt, or eat the paper or the artwork. And you have, it's a glue. It's a glue. And I mean, it also is a reversible glue, right? Like, so if it gets wet again, it's gonna, or moist or damp, it's gonna release. The whole point of that is that when you are hinging artwork, you want it to be removable. You want the mount to be removable. You do not want to permanently mount it to anything. Yeah. So, I really like this little corner. I like how it's coming out. Let's see if I can zoom in for you guys and see a little better. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. There, that's it. That's not bad. Yeah, I said, I mean, this was a gift. This was a gift, so that's why I'm so happy to be able to utilize it and do something with it and at least make a home base for myself out of it. But I don't want to move the trailer around as a travel trailer because, yeah, they're not built well. And the second you start moving them all over the place, everything starts moving apart and coming apart. And yeah, so that's why now that I'll have the trailer and I won't have to like live out of the van, um, my next vehicle can be the same exact thing that I have now, just rust free. Um, because it will only have in it what I need for the travel loop that I'm doing instead of bringing everything that I own with me all of the time everywhere I go. And that's be the big difference, which is nice. I'm really happy about that. Okay, so I think I'm moving over to this corner now. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Where am I on time? 8:10. Okay, good. I got an early start today on purpose because I have my appointment at the tire place is at noon. And I go to put my new tires on. Yay, new tires. I'm so excited for new tires. Whoopies. What did I do? I just think we're going to go. I'm going to let's give it some dark. All right, I'm going in hard. All right, we got this. All right. Ah! Right now, I'm throwing in the bones of what looks to be like some sort of a spruce. And most of this is not even going to be seen. This is just so that I have something to put the leaves on and the branches on and have it make some sense, right? Um, that's a little too transparent. I just really love how brown my purple is. Can I say? I love how brown my purple is. It's so cool. There we go. Right, and now I need somebody to come. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. This is going behind here, like that. Oh. This is so that I see like the reality of how right? Like everything grows a certain way when you're in nature and it's loose. It's loosey goosey. It has some kind of organization to it, but not crazy. All right. Now, Marion, I think you have enough bone over here to do what you want to do. And where's my study here? Let's look at my study too. Nice, just little scrappies. Okay. All right, so now I need to start working on my sprucey looking brand, my sprucey looking sprucies. All right. And for that, I am going to grab some of my perline black. And we're going to just start lightly tapping in. Oops, that's a hair. That's a big ass hair. We don't want that. Ready, set, go. Ah! Scary, scary, scary. So I'm just lightly trying to like let, oh, well, that wasn't too late. I'm trying to just let the little frayed ends of this brush do the work, right? Instead of me having to like do too much. It's about making marks. We're just mark making. I'm just mark making. This is what happens when I try to go the other way. But it's good, right? Because it's irregular. That's what we want. Irregularity. And there's all sorts of stuff around and over it, but I wanted it to have bones so that there can be holes in the branches and everything looks the way it should, as far as like, you know, it's all being held up by something. Right? Isn't that the... Now, it's like little sprucey rolls, but I don't know. I'm part of me's like, if I go too crazy trying to make it like a perfect little spruce, a sprucey roll. That's what I just called it. I just called it a sprucey roll. I don't know. You know how a spruce grows, like, and it has the little pine, and it's really stiff, and they look like little coils almost the way they are. And anyway. A sprucey roll, my new scientific term. Just going in with a sprucey roll. Sounds like I'm gonna eat it. Oh, I mean, and how about put that brush down while you're not using it, Marion? Instead of trying to hold the world in your hands all the time. Oh, that is very wet. All right, I want you to have a little bit more of whiteness to you so that we can make it look whoopies. So the hard part is it's almost the same color as the water, right? And yeah, it is the same color as the water. So there we go. And I'm just creating the lights of the spruce. That's what it is, right? Everything around these areas are all very similar in color and tonal quality. It is kind of what makes it such a cool landscape, you know, like so diverse looking and but at the same time it has a sameness to it that I really like. Why do I feel like I am lacking here? Because I feel like I'm kind of feel like I want to bring more rock, but I don't want to do that now. All right, let's do this. Now we got that. Let's try bringing more view in like this. I'm gonna just make it like there we go. Take a little bit more of the dark green and go over the top of that, creating evergreen layers. I actually might do better using my very bent out of shape script brush for some of this. I might pull that out. I think I got it. All right. I got it. I'm happy with that. Okay, good. So that's my underlayer. Let's get a little more. What else do I need in there to bring? Before I start throwing in all my little scrub branches, right? I want. Oh, I know what I want. I want some blue. That's right. So I'm going to go into my deep, dark anthraquinone blue, which, by the way, is a watercolor, so it's very transparent. But because it is such a great, deep, dark blue, I like it. It also has like a, almost like a, it's what I like for stormy skies because it has a more of a grayish, it can gray out when you add white to it. There. Wow, my language skills are just blowing my mind today. My ability to word is magnificent. No, it's not. All right. Let's see what we got. Even stationary, they fall apart. Yeah, no kidding. Oh, wow. Oh my God. So I think I'm gonna have to do the same thing with my roof. I don't know if you saw the bubbling that's happening. That's because I think because water has gotten between um yeah. We the guy who is helping me, I have quite a few people actually helping me and all of them have some experience or other. Either like one of the women has lived in a trailer for quite some time, the other one has rebuilt trailers, um and then a couple of the guys have are handymen, so they they know their way around fixing little bits and bobs. So yeah, I got a good group of people, I think. I want that shadow. Yeah. All right. Now I'm gonna go in with some white. Ooh, ooh, baby, I love your ways. Every day. Every day. Now, I almost got myself in some seriously bad trouble once with my singing out loud to people. Poor kid. I'd I scanned a loaf of bread when I was working at the grocery store, and of course, the first song for me that came to mind was, you know, I Would Give Everything I Own by Bread. But I just immediately broke into song and was like, I would give everything I own, give up my life, my heart, my home. I would give everything I own just to have you back again. Oh, yeah, and then I said, just to touch you once again, because I had to finish the song. And yeah, my manager had her hand on my back going, no, no, Marion, no, no. And this poor kid had this look of terror on his face. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Really, it's the bread. It's all the fault of the bread. I saw the loaf of bread and I had to sing a song by the band Bread. Please go look it up. I mean, I really hope he eventually thought it was funny. But I'm sure he was creeped out because he was like in his 20s and I was in my 40s at the time. So like poor kid must have been totally creeped out by this crazy old lady singing the freaking song about touching him. Oh, poor kid. That had to be awkward. Oh. And I'm pretty sure that was a look of terror that I saw on his face. So here I am. I'm adding in what I like to think of as like my silver highlights to, you know, the spruciness. It's so random, but I think it's gonna kind of work. They do all sort of. They grow in the, and that's kind of the neat thing also is that out there, like everything gets pushed by the wind, it seems, from the coast, so they all grow up in like the same direction almost. Um, which is kind of cool, I think. Oh, I like the way that has come out. All right, now I'm going to throw in the scrappies. Although this is looking a little wonk in here. I want it to be more shadowy than that. Let's grab some of you. See, now I'm touching this with a little bit of the blue on top of the white even, right? Or the silvery color that I put on top, because that's going to also add to that. The way the light reflects off and gives that bluey spruce, the blue spruce that it is. You want to make it blue. It's a blue spruce. There, that's better. Now it doesn't look so... And we're going to add some of that dark green right on top of that. Oop. Yeah. I think I'm good with that. And now we shall put in all of our little scrubby, sticky and this, I am so looking forward to being able to wash my brushes properly after every use. Oh, I'll tell you what, proper brush care, man. I do the best I can in the van with the lack of stuff. And that's another reason why I'm looking forward to being able to make starch again, because when before a brush gets too marred and misshapen, after I've beat the crap out of it while I used it, right? I can wash it and then dip it in the starch, wipe it. Ooh, sorry guys. Wipe it and then yeah, I can basically clean out. Whoop, I'm going to zoom back out now. Boopy doop, so I can be in the shot. Hi. Is that all the way? I think it is. So, hello, I'm back on the screen. Well, I hope that, you have success fixing your roof. I know one of the things that I was told before I even looked at trailers was that if I was to ever purchase a used trailer, to spend the money to have the whole thing resealed. Like have all the seals replaced and then have the entire roof sealed um, with that stuff. I don't know. I'm just calling it the stuff because I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, so now I am on my last. Woo, right here, I'm gonna put in some twiggies. Now we're gonna throw in twiggies. Let's see. Um, yeah. Okay. And twiggy, 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 twiggy. Going back into my mix over here. And get into my gray here. Get into the grays. And my permanent white, of course, got a little too dried out already, but that's all right. We're re-wetting it. It'll take a second just to get a little bit of life back into it. La, 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 la. So now I'm just gonna like kind of run my brush through the whole thing because I want a variety of color on it. And I'm gonna just kind of go. We got lots of little fun little twiggy. I suppose they should be a little darker than they are, but I didn't want to start too dark because. But the darks do dry lighter and the lights do dry darker. So you can even tell there it didn't go on that dark, but it's drying a little darker. And there we go. really rough and tumble, right? Because this is all just twiggies. Twiggy, 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 scrappy twiggies. Get some more purple, on my brush. I want more of my purple. I love making little squiggles. They're so fun. The squiggles are so fun. Yes, they are. Oop, doo 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 doo. Do do do. Do do do. I like it. I think I might be finished. Except that I want to add a little bit of something down here to kind of... Yeah, I know. I know what I want to do. I know what I want to do. Get a little bit of that green and a little bit of that blue. And a little bit of green. Oh, I need a tiny bit of water. I don't want it to be too wet. Oh, shit. Did I made it too wet? I literally just put the brush in a tiny little droplet of water and I still made it too wet. Alright. Water control is life when it comes to this sort of thing. Or, you know, understanding that you only have so much control, right? But, okay. Now I'm just gonna... Still feel like something's missing over here. Like it's too flat. It needs... just like... There we go. That's a little better. Okay. I think I'm done. I might be finished. I think I might be finished. Yay, the Oregon coast. Here, Alba, let me zoom in for you so you can see. I just put my stuff down here. Okay. And carefully uncross my legs because they've been crossed for too long. Oh my God. Oh, that hurts. I got a little stuck. Okay. Let's see. Let's do this. I'm gonna zoom in for you guys here. Oh, too much. Oops, not enough. Whoa, sorry guys. I'm sorry. There we go. Ta-da! There she is. All finished, I think. I haven't signed it yet, and I gotta give it a chance to dry a little bit more before I pull the tape off. But, oops. Sorry, everybody. I'm really terrible. I'm so bad at this stuff. Okay, but I don't know. I'm not that bad, I guess. I could be worse. Well, this hopefully, let's hope one that we get enough rain to help end some of these droughts that have been plaguing us. Um, but yeah, let's also hope to an end to the rainy season so that we can dry out and do all the fixing we need to do. Oi. Yay! I'm super excited. So this was a commission, and I did it to enlarge the little one that I had done, right? So not exactly the same, but close. I think I like this big one better. I'm actually really loving this big one. So, yay! Another one down. And I think my next painting is going to be Idaho. Because I did Wyoming, Montana. I have Oregon down. Yeah, Idaho. Idaho is next. I'm going to, I think it's going to be the campsite when I was near West Yellowstone. Because I went like just over the border to this pretty awesome campground and a dispersed campground, BLM, and had some gorgeous place. I was sick when I was there, but I had some gorgeous aspen out the window and like just beautiful scene. So I think it's gonna be Idaho, and it might be a vertical this next time. So we'll see what I do. And yeah. So thanks everybody for joining me today. I hope you had a nice time painting with me. Just hanging out, chilling on a Sunday morning. And Maud, thank you so much. I appreciate you. You are so awesome. And it's becoming a little bit easier and a little bit easier for me to paint while I'm working, while I'm filming, hanging out with you guys. So I'm getting there. And I'm hoping for when I'm in the RV, being able to, when I'm at the park, being able to have Wi-Fi so that I can have my computer up online at the same time so I have an easier time reading in the chats and being a part of the chat, because it's super hard on the phone to do everything. But yeah, happy 420, everybody. Celebrate as you would like to. If you're an Easter person, happy Easter. Um, and happy Passover to those who celebrated Passover. I know it was last week, but I think. Um, yeah. Boy, that's something I miss. I haven't been to a Seder in years. Like since I was a kid, teenager. Ugh. Nothing like being invited to a Seder. It's quite an experience. And if you get the opportunity, take it. All right. I am going to, well, you know what? Since y'all are here, you want to see, let's do an unveiling. Let me untape it since I think it's dry enough for me to do that now. I'm going to do that. I'm going to move this out of the way. And move this out of the way. Go away. Go away, computer. Go away. Okay, let's close this. And I have to shut it down, otherwise I'll forget to shut it down. I can't just close it. Every time I rush myself and I try to get ahead of myself and go, oh, I'll do that later, I never do it later. It doesn't happen. Okay, let's pull this up here. And we're going to do this so you can see better. Whoops, and do that. So that's not in the way. Okay, now, for the untaping. When you are untaping your paintings, always pull away from the paper. And if you can, keep your fingers close to where you are pulling from. I also try to always remove in the same direction that I put the tape on. Makes a difference. Ooh, aren't you lovely? I used to get all freaked out when I had seepage. I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. And I have had artists come down on me for taping my edges, saying that it looks unprofessional. And I got a message for you. As a former picture framer, I'm saying it again because this is where my experience comes from. If you are going to paint edge to edge, that is absolutely wonderful. But understand something as an artist. You have now created something that has become way more expensive for your buyer to frame properly. Okay? Gouache, watercolor, any work on paper needs to be separated from the glass. So here we go. Ta-da! There she is. All finished. Yay! I'm so happy with how it came out. I'm really pleased. Yay! But yeah, so to float something like this properly, you would have to have hinges that are, all around, and then they have to be fed through the board. It's a complicated process. So I don't suggest that artists leave their buyer with an expensive project to frame if they can avoid it. I do this because, okay, what's going to happen is I'm going to sign the image. I'm going to probably put my initials in here, right? And then I will title it and sign it on the border. And then on the back, I write a little note and sign it as well. Why? Some people like to show the title and the signature on the border. Some people don't. So I either put it here so they can map directly to the image, or I show it so they can show it. Or, whatever. But also writing it on the back. So my signature is in 3 different places on the painting, on the original painting, basically. I do initials in the painting itself because I find a full signature to be super distracting and I don't like it. It's a personal thing for me. I've had people comment on that and I'm like, I'm sorry. No, it's my signature. If what you need to see is a name, then you probably shouldn't be buying my paintings. I'm not big on it. As long as the artwork is properly signed so that it can be identified in the future is all that matters. And yeah, if you can avoid it, my big thing is never glue paper. Never. That's my thing. It's a never. Always a never for me. I hinge, and that's how I do it. I use matting for spacer to keep the glass off of the paper and the painting so that because it will, condensation forms on the inside of the glass, it will not ruin the painting because that is what will happen. This is not varnished on purpose. because it changes the quality of the color and it changes the tonal quality. It just changes everything too much for me. I'm not a fan of varnishing my gouache. Now, if I'm going to do a gouache on a canvas or something, maybe then I would look into to varnishing that because I wouldn't want it glazed. But yeah, no. Works on paper need glass to keep them safe and clean, and you need to have space between the artwork, the paper, and the glass itself. That channel of space is super important. You do not want condensation forming and then making watermarks on your artwork because that is what will happen. All right. Thanks everybody for joining me today. That was my little pedantic lesson on how to care for artwork. And you know what? You can create space in frames in many different ways. If you don't have map board to use, you can use a wood spacer or something along those lines. Anything that creates that channel of space is what you're going to want. So I appreciate all of you. Thanks for joining me today. We'll see you guys next time. Bye, Maddie. Thanks for coming. It was good to see you here.